love those brackets, y'all. They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all. Hey, hey. Brackets, y'all, not just for March, and they're not all played on courts of large. Join March Chadness on the microphone with the best on show in your time zone. Weekly discussion about college hoops, and it's the best episode of Seinfeld the Moops. They talk Cinderellas, what's the best umbrella, and it's the greatest cheese, provolone or mozzarella. Basketball has always been their thing, but a serial draft so satisfying. Will a 5 seed get upset by Yale? Can any TV theme song beat DuckTales? ESPN has bracketology, but can they debate Weird Al's discography from the Mountain West to the ACC, and which teams are best at shooting threes? March Chadness has your bracket buster, and the best nickname for Bert and Gusta. They'll bring the madness all year long, and this concludes our pause theme song.
Hey, welcome in. It is March Chadness live. Nate, how are you today?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Something's not right because the sound seems weird. First live show. Yeah, it sounds better, I guess. I think I had it just down too far. All right, we'll figure it out. F it, we'll do it live.
That's right.
So, all right, I think it sounds a little bit better. So, hey, thanks for joining in. If you're watching live, make sure you comment on the stream. We'll try to comment back. So we're going to try to just do some live shows, like just record it live rather than pre-record and then post it later. We usually record on Sundays. You can check us out live on the FanStream Sports YouTube channel on Ohio, Dallas, Tampa, and now the Carolinas as well. So very exciting. You can catch us back at fanstreamsports.com. If you do not catch us live, you can check it out there. Also, we have all our other shows and any other sports content that you would want. So, Nate, let's talk about the Sweet 16 games, the Elite 8 games, which it looks like they're all pretty much set now, the way Duke is taking it to UConn. So going back to the Sweet 16 games, I kind of want to hit on Iowa first. They looked fantastic. We may be at a point to say that McCollum may be one of the top 5 coaches in college basketball. Give us your thoughts on how Iowa looked both in the victory against Nebraska and how they looked against Illinois.
It just looked well coached. The Nebraska game, it did help that Fred Hoiberg tried to go with the Normandale 4 and only put 4 guys on the court, and it did not work. But they, apparently when at halftime when they were down, he laid into Iowa, and he's like, you guys are laying down out there, play with some heart. They came out. They look good. I think he's going to be getting offered that UNC, that Kansas job. They never gave up. They played hard. They don't have any great All-American recruits, So with what they were working with, the way they looked was really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I think they ended on it was like a 12-4 run or an 18-4 run at the last like 3.5, 4 minutes of that game. Because they're not super talented. Overall, they're not like overly big, huh?
They're gritty.
They are gritty. Just well coached, though. I mean, that's the thing, how well they are coached. And that was that was my big concern, with Nebraska, is like they had played twice already this year. They won in Iowa. They went to overtime in Nebraska. So he was used to seeing Nebraska's defense. And, if they get hot at the right time, some of their shooters hit and those kind of things. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if he ends up at because I know he's just been at Iowa just for a minute. Is this his first year coaching Iowa? Or I think he came from like D2 or something.
Yeah, he was dominating D2 for a while and just held off on coming to D1 and then I forget where he was at last year and then did well with them and then got the Iowa job and did great.
He brought a couple of guys over with him as well. So that's the North Carolina job is one of the best jobs in college basketball. It has been for you do leave Iowa for that, even though it would make all the Iowa alum and fans super angry, though, right? You have to take the Carolina job.
Absolutely, you have to take that job. Because what if Iowa comes out and pisses down their leg next year? That job. That and the Kansas job being open this year, you've got to take one of those because they're not going to come open again anytime soon.
No, and it's going to help. Those are easy jobs to recruit. Yeah, you're going to recruit those jobs. You don't have to recruit that hard for those jobs like you would at Iowa. So it's going to be interesting how Carolina and Kansas both go. I know Carolina's always kind of liked having that Carolina tie to them. And it's kind of worked all the time. Brad Doherty did not, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see if he does leave. The other, it wasn't too Arizona's looking good as well. They just manhandled Arkansas, and then play Purdue well. And Purdue is no slouch. So Arizona looks like the best team as well. Texas gave Purdue a run. I thought they were going to pull that one off, and they just couldn't get it done. Sean Miller, doing a fantastic job there as well. But then Purdue yesterday, though, I don't know how they blew that. I don't know. It's Matt Painter.
Yeah, I never was a fan.
No. And then Illinois has just looked pretty impressive. They just get it done. They looked impressive against Houston. They looked really good against Houston. Iowa kind of slowed things down. They had the lead at halftime, and then Illinois just completely took over that game in the second half, which gives
if they're scoring well, if they're shooting it well, they're a hard team to beat. But
they are, because they've got the bigs.
Sometimes they can go on some lulls.
They can, and they're not a great. They've been playing pretty good defense now, but they are not like an overly excellent defensive team. They just have those bigs, and they can they just play. And that offense runs very efficient as well. They really get out in space and move the ball around. So Illinois, Final Four, Arizona, Final Four, Michigan today. Holy smokes, man.
It was over before it started.
It was nuts. But Tennessee is a 6 seed, and they still have Rick Barnes, and Rick Barnes does Rick Barnes things. But Michigan just wiped the floor with them to get in, and then Duke up 15 at the half on UConn. So I don't have the official. I'll have to go this week to look at the official Nate and Chad bracket. If Duke holds on, I have all of my Final Four teams in. You would have 2 with Arizona and Michigan. So that pretty much, I think, probably puts me in the driver's seat because we both have Michigan winning. So you couldn't even have.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Because I had St. John's beating Duke. You did not. So,
no.
Michigan State, let's give a shout out to Michigan State. Tom Izzo coaching them well. They just couldn't just do enough. But they still looked good. They fought hard.
They did, because again, we talked about it on our last show. They really don't have the super talent. They may have 1 or 2 guys drafted. I don't know if they'll have a first round pick. And I saw someone had tweeted out that we need to stop calling Izzo Mr. March because he hasn't won a title in 26 years. I'm like, can we not? He wins in March. So it just
gets to the Sweet 16 almost every single.
I know. Again, I think people just think winning a NCAA title is just super easy. And he should do it. He gets his team. If I as an Indiana fan, I would love to just get to the Sweet 16 all the time. I would be happy even without a title, because I still say March Madness and even baseball is if you could just be competitive and winning consistently, that's what we want. And if you can get a title or a World Series, great. But those are hard. And Izzo probably of all the major schools is like probably dealing with the fewest number of NBA players and the least talent than the rest of them. So,
yeah, he's doing more with less than a lot of these coaches.
He is. And so it's like, let's still give him credit, man. He is Mr. March. Like, he is in March every year, and he was winning in March. You don't have very many Michigan State teams getting ousted in the first round by a 14 seed. So give him credit. Michigan State, look at the Big Ten, give the Big Ten credit, man. They had 6 teams in the Sweet 16, had an opportunity to have all 4 Final Four teams, but they'll end up with 2. So you could have a Big Ten off if you, right. Which would be great for me. I'm so pulling for Illinois though, because I took Illinois. I had like 3. I had Arizona, Illinois, and I took Iowa State to win it all. I took like a $10 bet on those guys because I just liked the odds that they had and I thought they could do it. The Illinois one, I can't remember what my initial odds were, but then I looked back like 3 days later and the odds went up. So I have 2 $10 bets on Illinois winning it, and it could get me about $450 if they do. So, but this nice thing, because if they get in the finals and then they're like tight at halftime, I could maybe cash out the one and just let the other one ride. So there. So yeah, I think Duke's gonna Duke's finally getting there with what's his face back for them. They had no business playing that soon after surgery, but he helped them out, and they're finally clicking. And then you give them a whole week going, they should be good. I think they are better than Illinois, but I think their styles match up. And I would be surprised if that game is a blowout either way. I would be surprised if either of these Final Four matchups is a blowout either way. But the Michigan-Arizona game should be one for the ages.
Yes. And Michigan's blowing guys out, and there's games where they're not shooting free throws from squat, and they're dominating. They have games where one of their leading scorers isn't shooting the ball well, and they're still dominating. So if they can get everything together, they are unstoppable.
Yeah, and it's gonna be very interesting because Arizona can kind of match up with their size. So I just, again, at this point, I just want to see some good games. Like, I was a little disappointed for the games today. And then that, even yesterday's games, I mean, Iowa State losing wasn't like a huge, or not Iowa State, but Iowa, they played well early on, even Purdue and stuff. So those games are okay, but then they kind of got away from them late. So give me some good games. And then obviously Illinois for the monies would be good for me. So with this, it's going to be weird because we've started partway through March Madness. This is our 20th episode.
Yep, 20.
And it was billed as March Chadness for 2 reasons. One, we could talk about college basketball leading up to the tournament, but then we have our own brackets every episode, which is the March Chadness part of it. So it's weird to have it be called March Chadness when we don't have NCAA tournament that we're going to talk about, but we still have our brackets. We are still going to talk sports once this is all over. We are not going to be, next Sunday is Easter. We are not going to do a show on Easter. So by the time we come back in 2 weeks, we will have a champion crowned. We would not, if we did a show next week, we would not know who was the champion. So we're going to skip next week. Maybe we'll just air a rerun like they used to do back in the day on show, do our maybe show the pilot again. So get people interested on that. And then we'll come back, and then we are going to be in, full-fledged, just any sport, but we're going to hit Major League Baseball probably the most, because that's what's going to be going on. We will hit the NFL draft because, Nate and I are just huge sports fans across the board. So as there's timely stuff happening, we'll talk about it. We'll probably talk NBA playoffs a little bit, NBA draft. So, but it's going to be a lot of baseball. Nate and I love us some baseball. So this is going to be a fun bracket. Just because, well, we'll get to it here in a minute. Do you have any last thoughts on the tournament or having to hand over the Rashaan Salam Conway Trophy to me? If it's right, I haven't done the math yet, but it looks like it with me getting all 4 Final Four teams going.
Yeah, I think it's official that you're going to get the Rashaan Salam Conroy award. I said it when they initially put the brackets out that I had Arizona and Michigan playing each other in the Final Four, and I said whoever wins that is going to win this, and I stick by that.
I agree. I think that side's going to win. I mean, Duke's a good team. Duke would be interesting to either of those teams. I think if Illinois goes, I don't think Illinois got what it takes to beat them. So
not the way Arizona has looked flawless. And it's like I said, Michigan has looked flawed, but still dominating. So.
Right. Awesome. So, hey, we are going to then, since we're live, we're not going to go to an ad break. We're going to go straight to the bracket. And we have, because he had just passed away, we are having the Chuck Norris Facts Bracket. We're going to cut to the transition slide music. And then when we come back, Nate may be solo for a minute to talk about Chuck Norris, as I may have to take a 7-year-old to the bathroom for the 3rd time up here on the live show. So this is March Chadness, fanstreamsports.com. Check it out. And now we are going to go to the Chuck Norris Facts Bracket.
They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all. They're talking brackets, y'all. We love those brackets, y'all.
All right, Nate, take it away for the next 2 to 4.5 minutes.
Okay, stop giving her so much to drink, Chad. Yeah, so with the passing of Chuck Norris, last week I did have my Chuck Norris approved shirt on for the 9 of you who watched it. So I didn't want to be repeating stuff. So I'm going with the Walker Texas Ranger look. I tell you what, I don't know what the bracket's going to be for the first time. This is the first time I'm coming in completely raw dog. But I have been brushing up on my facts, and I actually spent most of the day on YouTube watching the Conan O'Brien Walker Texas Ranger lever highlight reel, which, by the way, if you haven't looked those up, they're amazing. There's a best of compilation that is like 57 minutes long, and you will not regret it. I don't know how the show was on for as long as it was, or, you see some of these shorts on there, and I don't know if any of these people took acting classes. I don't know what the plot line of these are, but it's really fun to watch. And I did catch someone missing in action the other day. Chuck Norris, you will be missed. I was told that Chuck Norris did not die. He completed life. And we all should be so lucky. And the fact that he fully embraced these facts the last few years of his life was amazing. He'd tell the stories like they were facts. What a great guy, He accepted his role as the B-list action star. Stallone and Schwarzenegger were always going to have the big budget movies, and Chuck Norris realized, I'm not going to be that guy, but I'm going to play the card I've been dealt and the hand I've been dealt, and he will be missed.
Yeah, here's the thing, full disclosure, I don't think I've ever seen a Chuck Norris movie. And I never watched Walker Texas Ranger. That was more of like my mother-in-law kind of I just never did. All I know about Walker Texas Ranger is that he told Haley Joel Osment that he had AIDS.
Walker said I have AIDS.
It is one of my top 3 just moments of a TV show that 2 of them I never watched. That was one. There's the one Quantum Leap one that is just on there all the time, where Scott Bakely's there in his one t-shirt, and he's just like, whatever the guy came and said, he's like, am I retarded? and he turns.
He saw himself in the mirror,
and then he turns in the thing in the mirror, and and he's got a kid with Down syndrome. And another one on the same vein. Like I never watched. What was the? It was the Archie Bunker. Carol. No, that he was a cop. It was something.
Heat of the Night.
Heat of the Night. Have you seen that one where him and the other? And like him and like the DA or somebody, him and somebody else has this guy, kind of like redneck guy, and they're grilling him because he had relations with a Down syndrome girl, and they're grilling him about it. And the kid was like, "I don't know wrong. She's 18. She's legal. There's nothing wrong with it." And then Archie Bunker's like, "She's retarded," in that way. And we go live, and then we just start dropping the R word all the time. But those are three of my favorite. It just makes me laugh all the time. Stuff that you can't get away with now. I
will add the fourth to make it a Mount Rushmore and put the Jesse Spano. I'm so excited.
That is phenomenal. I mean, that is so great. I use that probably once or twice a quarter. Just, I'm so excited. I'm so scared. It is great. So with this bracket, this is a weird bracket because I did not seed any of these because all Chuck Norris facts are number one seeds. That's like a Chuck Norris fact of Chuck Norris facts. Plus, it's just hard to do that. I did kind of break it down that I thought, okay, these are a little bit better than these. So I kind of matched them up that two great ones wouldn't get matched up, but I didn't really seed them. We're not going to go to the bracket. I'm just going to go, and you don't even know how they're seeded. I didn't tell you.
Completely raw dog.
Yeah, you raw dog the Chuck Norris facts. So you gave me a list. I put them in. So you will know some of these. Well, you probably know all of them just because they're Chuck Norris facts, but you did submit some of these, so they're not going to be all like a surprise, just how they're matched up as well. So I also have a sheet that I gave to somebody of all 32 of them. I said, just rank them 1 to 32. So because I'm like, who are we going to tell? Like, how am I going to text this to somebody? Not have a third person on live. So I just said, just rank these 1 to 32. I don't care. We just need a sheet. Because we probably will disagree. I would be surprised if we didn't, but just so we have
and we don't have Decision Drew this week.
We do not have Decision Drew this week, although his dad came up to me telling me how great the show was. And of course, I can just picture him as Fred Flintstone. All right, let's go without further ado. The Chuck Norris Facts Bracket. The first matchup. Chuck Norris gave the eulogy at his own funeral up against Chuck Norris can unscramble an egg. So I like them both. Like the eulogy one is new because obviously he just passed away, but I never heard that before, which would have been something that someone probably could have came up with. But once he passed away, that was like one of the first things that popped up. I enjoy that one so much. It is the perfect Chuck Norris because it's kind of impossible, but he is Chuck Norris.
He wouldn't be the first guy to do it. Brick Tamlin in Anchorman 2 gave the eulogy at his funeral and then realized he was still alive. Brick, you're alive.
Brick, you're alive. I forgot. Forgot about that. But I think, are you with me that the eulogy is going to have to go on? Okay. There's a two that were new to me. Chuck Norris sleeps with the lights on because the dark is afraid of him. And this is one. Champions are the breakfast of Chuck Norris.
That's good too.
They're both weird. I don't even know where I want to go with this one. I kind of like the champions are the breakfast of Chuck Norris because it's just such a weird one. But
Chuck Norris isn't a cereal. Wheaties is. It is funny. But
it is.
I like the fact that the dark is afraid of Chuck Norris. I'm leaning that way.
Yeah, that one kind of fits more of the brand of these. Like I just saw it. It was something new. I'm like, I'll throw it in there.
Yeah, I'd never heard that one. That's hilarious.
No, I hadn't either. So This next one is one of my favorites that I've loved all the time. Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door. That has always been one of my favorites. And then if Drew is here, I know Drew would take this next one because it's Chuck Norris find the last digit of pi.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I'm going with the revolving door, though. I just have loved that one so much, and just be able to see what that would look like.
I'm going with pi because I want to know what it is.
Is it-
Now we'll never know because Chuck is no longer with us.
He may never let us know. All right, so let me see where I've got. Okay, I've got them in order here. So let me see. I gotta find because this is the hard. Because now I just have it in a spreadsheet. So where is the pi one? I think I didn't even really look at these too much. I just haven't did it. I put it in the spreadsheet and then I ranked them one. All right. So Chuck Norris found the last
one. You ranked them 1 through 1.
1 through 1. No, exactly. Chuck Norris found the last digit of pi is ranked at 31. And the other one is not below it. So it means the revolving door wins. So that goes on to face the winner of Chuck Norris can win Connect 4 in 3 moves. And Chuck Norris narrates Morgan Freeman's life.
I'm going to go with the Connect 4 in 3 moves.
That is one of my favorite ones also. I love that one because, again, an impossibility to win, but Chuck Norris can do it. And so that's moving on. All right. Another one you probably all heard. Death had a near Chuck Norris experience. And Chuck Norris killed 2 stones with 1 bird. This is a tough matchup.
This is going to be my first waffling moment, not by Ego.
Come on, Ego. We are live. If Ego could have come in live, it would have been great.
I think Death having a near Chuck experience is the way I'm leaning.
That's how I'm going. I like, as much as killed 2 stones with 1 bird is great. Like, Death had a near Chuck Norris experience. Just the way it sounds, it's just so good. So I think I will move that one on as well. This one I think is going to be an easy one. Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice, and then Chuck Norris refers to himself in the 4th person. I saw that and I thought it was funny, but then after I put it in, I'm like, it is probably my least favorite one of all of them because it's like what.
If you want to know what it sounds like.
Yeah, some of them that I looked at, I was like, these are just bad. Or some of them are just like way too long. It was like a Norm Macdonald joke to get to the Chuck Norris punchline.
The light was on.
The light, that joke. Are you with me? Counted to infinity twice? Twice. All right. Chuck Norris can speak Braille. And this one, I love this one more than the other push-up one where he doesn't do push-ups, he pushes the earth down. I like this one better for some reason. How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do, Nate?
All of them.
Just all of them. It makes me laugh because just how many? Just all of them. How many? Just all of them. It kind of reminds me of Ron Swanson when he's ordering the bacon eggs. I would like all your bacon eggs. I think what you heard was give me many. Give me all your bacon and eggs. Them. Yeah. So
that is the one fact I've probably told more than any of them because it's quick and it's funny. But yes, I'm going all of them.
All of them. Yes, I am too. So this is one I had not heard before, but it's one of my favorite ones. I'm going to go to the other one first. Chuck Norris can rub 2 pieces of fire together to make wood. This next one I had not heard, and I laughed for probably a minute straight. And then when I typed it in, I laughed again. Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad.
I've never heard that.
I had never heard that one before, but I'm like, it's amazing.
That wins.
That does win. Yeah, that is a phenomenal one because it reminds me of some of the Chuck Norris birth ones in the hospital that I've heard before. So yeah, that one was unbelievable. and probably would have been that one along with this next one is again a classic. The Flu gets a Chuck Norris shot every year. And then when Chuck Norris left for college, he told his dad he was the man of the house now.
That I think I'm going with that one because I don't know how well the Chuck Norris vaccine's been tested. So I don't know if the Flu should even get it. No, I do like him telling his dad he's the man of the house.
Yeah. We'll go that way too. Like I like the Flu shot one, but it's funny, but just like the visual of him leaving, like, all right, Dad, you're the man of the house now, and he just walks.
Well, he lost his virginity before.
He lost exactly. He's like his dad had to give him be the man of the house. All right, this is going to be a close one, I think, for me. I like both these very much. Ghosts tell Chuck Norris stories at the campfire. And when Chuck Norris gets pulled over, he gives the cops a warning. I like them both. I kind of lean towards the cop one, but I kind of like it both. I like them both. I don't.
Yeah, this is another waffling moment not brought to you by Ego.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had not heard the Ghost Tell Chuck Norris stories by the fire.
Okay.
But I do like I think I'm going to lean Chuck letting the cops off with a warning.
Yeah, I think I would too. And if I go to the Chuck Norris fact rank system, it barely it's 12 for the cops, 16 for the campfire. So it was going to
decision's been made.
There's a decision. We should have just gone to that sheet and like, let's see what the sheet says.
Yeah.
But we're not because that guy is not March, my buddy that did that. Yes. All right. Pulled over a cop's warning. All right. We have a universe off on this one. It's hard to get have the offs of the Chuck Norris one, but this is one of them. Chuck Norris beat the sun at a staring contest. Chuck Norris has been to Mars, and that's why there are no signs of life there.
I'm going with Mars, baby.
You know, when I first did this, I was putting like, how am I leaning? I kind of love the fact that he just stares at the sun and the sun just finally goes, I'm done. However, after just saying that again and thinking about it, like just the visual of Chuck Norris going to Mars and just kicking Martian ass and just wiping them out. I kind of dig that. So we'll go that one.
That's a Chuck Norris movie. That's a Chuck Norris movie I would have watched.
Has it not been made already? That seemed like I should have been thinking we could have
Jason Voorhees and the Leprechaun have been to space. Why hasn't Chuck Norris?
Exactly. What would that would have been called? I don't. I don't even know. Like I know I can only name like one Chuck Norris movie is Delta Force, right? That was a Chuck Norris movie.
Yes.
Like I don't know any other Chuck Norris movie, like Invasion USA or something, or what? Like
Missing in Action. Braddock Missing in Action 2, which is completely First Blood and Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Wait, they made a Missing in Action 2? There's a sequel to Missing in Action?
I think there's a bunch of them.
Crazy.
And he was in some, he was a side guy in Bruce Lee movie or two.
Yeah.
So he was not the main guy.
Yeah. And I also know Sidekicks because that was the thing. I saw the two of them now are back together.
Yeah, that's right. Sidekicks and Three Ninjas came out at the same time. It was a great time for cheesy karate movies.
Dude, the mid to late 80s and like probably the very early 90s, like karate movies were all over the place. It was nuts. Like even Ninja
Karate Kid went big and it's like, how do we do this?
Yeah, and it was coming out everywhere. And then the Ninja Turtles and it was everything. It was kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes. So we're talking about that. Like, who was your favorite of that genre? Like, I'm not really including like Schwarzenegger and Stallone because that was, I think, a different because they were just more like
about the martial arts guys.
Yes, because there's Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal in quotes. But he was.
Aside from Bloodsport, Seagal had better movies. Like Under Siege
is a great movie. Yeah, it is.
And they're all three of them are great to have just great cheesy rewatchable movies. Seagal went on the 3 name title run where it was
Yeah.
marked for death, out for justice, hard to kill, on deadly ground.
Yeah, he was the 3 title movie guy.
Watching him run is hysterical. Nobody was like, hey, can you not run with your arms like this? Van Damme had Bloodsport is great.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore because kids, we didn't grow up with UFC. There was no MMA. So you watch this, right? What is this? Kickboxer is cheesy but good, but then you get like the Lion Hearts and so
what was the one he was a twin double
it was either Double Impact because he did
it was Double Impact, I think it was Double Impact.
He did one with Dennis Rodman that was called Double Team or something. The best part of Double Impact, there's a scene in that movie where Jean-Claude Van Damme's in the car with his brother, and his brother superimposed in the car, but on the outside of the car door. So it just looks like he's sitting outside the car riding along with it. It's like nobody caught that. I think the Van Damme movie, the Seagal movies are better action, but he never gets hit. That was one of the rules. He wasn't allowed to be punched or kicked.
All right, your buddy James Quigley in the chat says Cyborg.
Oh, Cyborg is a great one. Thank you, James.
So I don't know who I think Van Damme was probably my favorite of the 3, but I didn't like any of those. I really didn't like any of that kind of genre movies. I mean, like I just never got into those 3's movies very much.
I can't get enough of them. Universal Soldier, let's go.
There you go.
Yeah,
it was Van Damme was in Time Cop, which wasn't horrible.
And
that was the thing, like where if you ever see yourself and you touch it, like it's gonna the warp of the time space continuum.
Time space continuum. And look up Hard Target. It's the most glorious mullet any person has ever had in their entire life.
Excellent. So awesome. So we got that out of the way now. So all right, let's finish up this first round here. Got another famous one here. Chuck Norris played Russian roulette with a loaded gun and won. And then the newer one that came out, and the ladies will not probably like this, but Chuck Norris once told a woman to calm down, and she did.
That's why this one wins, because it worked for once.
It worked for once. Yeah, so that'll win for sure. We have. Let me get the right one. Okay. Chuck Norris drove his mom home from the hospital after his birth, which I've always liked that one. Baby Chuck Norris driving. And then Chuck Norris can strangle you with a cordless phone.
I think we got to keep continuing with the theme of losing his virginity before his dad, and he had to then drive his mom home. Who was going to drive? The dad? No.
The dad? No.
He's still a virgin.
Exactly.
He can't drive a car.
Oh, man. I do like that one. And we got Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is. And then this is a time off. Time waits for no man unless that man is Chuck Norris. So in the time off.
I do like that one, but I like Chuck Norris just deciding what time it is.
I do too. Like he just like.
Who's going to argue with him?
You can't. Like you're not like. He just decides what time it is. That's what Chuck Norris does.
You argue with him. He tells you have AIDS. That's how Haley Joel Osment got it in that episode.
So got it. Oh man. All right. Chuck Norris can sit in the corner of a round room. And this is another new one that I really kind of dig coming up. The Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife.
That's gotta win.
And, just like it's like just a fist comes out of the knife, and then like a roundhouse kick.
That's right.
You pull something out, and he tells somebody they have AIDS. So
why was Walker the one telling him? Why was Walker telling him?
I don't know.
He's a Texas Ranger. Why is he giving out? That's a HIPAA violation.
I don't think HIPAA was as it was back in the 80s, man. Like the 80s was just like I've said it before at a different time. Yeah, why is the Texas Ranger in charge of letting them know? And then the last one of the first round, again, Chuck Norris built the hospital he was born in, and there is no chin under Chuck Norris's beard, just another fist.
Yes, I love that one very much.
Yeah, the fist one is going to win. Yeah.
Just the visual of it.
I know. Quigley, Chuck Norris is Bill Brasky's father. So that's a great SNL reference.
Well,
Quigley, thanks for watching live, buddy. I appreciate you. Of the 9 people that were now watching, it was 11. Now it's 10. So someone must have came off. So like we said, like it's just going to be like our fans are like the Never Nudes. There are dozens of us. Dozens. That's a quote I do all the time, whether I know if people are going to like it or not, because if you get the Arrested Development Tobias quote, you will always be my friend. All right. This is the second round. So this is the Sweet 16 round. Gave the eulogy at his own funeral. He sleeps with the lights on because the dark is afraid of Chuck Norris.
I have 15 written down. Did we skip one or did I not write one down?
I think
we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. I think we got them all.
I'm going with the lights on, although the version of that I like better is the the boogeyman checks his closet for Chuck Norris before he goes to bed.
Yep.
But I will go with
which one are you going?
I will lights on because the dark's afraid of him.
Okay.
Although I could be persuaded for eulogy.
Yeah, I'm like I
think it's more fitting, so I think we should probably go eulogy.
You don't go eulogy because he had just died. It should get 2 wins. Like I like both, because again the visuals of both, like just the dark shivering because of Chuck Norris in the dark as Chuck Norris goes to sleep after he turns
the lights on. Keep the lights on.
Yeah, but then again, why would Chuck Norris submit to what the dark's demands are? He'd be like, you're gonna deal with it, dark. All right,
the dark aids.
The dark. 2 of my favorites. He can slam a revolving door. He won Connect 4 in 3 moves.
I will go revolving door.
Yeah, I mean, they're both so good. Revolving door is one of my favorites, but I almost went Connect 4 in 3 moves. I just like that one a lot.
All right, we can go Connect 4 and run it back to the board game episode.
Yeah, so if you have not gone back and watched any of the March Chadnesses, we did a board games one. So if you're a board game aficionado, go back and watch and see what won the board game. Was it Connect 4?
We don't know.
You have to go back and look. But obviously it was not. So, so looking at it, the Connect 4 in 3 moves is the 5th one, is a top 5 on the list. So, okay. Well, I just want to make sure that the list is getting utilized for all the money we paid for it. I should just put it on Chat GPT and see what Chat GPT would have said. Maybe that'll be it. That'll be like when we come back in 2 weeks. This is what Chat GPT said. See if we got it right. All right. Death had a near Chuck Norris experience. Oh, man, this is a good one. And then Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice. I think I got to go. He counted to infinity twice. Not just because I'm a math guy, but the way it is, too, because it's that pause because you can't just go. You got to say it.
It would be good enough if it was just he counted to infinity. But when you do the pause and say twice. Yeah. And I saw somebody had put, like, on one of the lists I was just looking at, it was like Chuck Norris has counted to infinity several times. It's just not, it doesn't have the same ring to it as twice. I wholeheartedly concur.
Yep. We're going twice. I could just imagine death just, that was Chuck Norris. My death flashed before my eyes. All right.
Yeah. When death is, he's about to die and mission and, Brad, missing in action 2 is just playing.
He's about to die. And Chuck Norris goes, death, you do not have AIDS. And that was the near-death experience. He thought he had AIDS. Death thought he had AIDS, but Chuck Norris told him he didn't. Yeah. Near Chuck Norris experience. Okay. Dude, I did not again. I just kind of put these out there this could be a Final Four matchup. How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do? All of them. Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad.
If you would have asked me before this, not knowing what the bracket was, I would have had all of them
The push-ups?
going very far because it is one of my favorites. But I had never heard the virginity one.
I hadn't
and
either.
That one just absolutely tickles me. So I'm going with the virginity.
That's how I was leaning to. Like I said, I really didn't want to think too hard because they're all so good, and I tried to I still put it in the order of how I have the bracket as a seeded bracket. And I don't know why I put push-ups. All of them was like a 7 seed. It should have probably been higher, but technically a 7 seed, but I don't know. All right. When he left for college, told his dad he was the man of the house now. When Chuck Norris gets pulled over, he gives cops a warning.
I like the college man of the house.
I like pulled over.
What's the sheet of integrity say?
I know I got to go to that tab on this one here.
Who made the sheet for you? Are we going to give him a shout out, or did they not want to be named?
He would be remain anonymous.
So you made it
because it just may have been 2 of my kids that I just like, here, just rank these. So I didn't want it to be like, oh, he just had his kid. Like I just rank them and just do it.
Do it now.
Do it now. I flipped a coin. Where are we? Oh, it's the cop one, and
man, his dad's the man of the house.
All right, the man of the house is the higher one on the unofficial fake list. All right, so that wins.
It's your show. If you want to put something through, I'm not going to.
No, again, this is probably one.
I'm not going to die on any of these hills. No,
I was just going to say that. Like a lot of these, like the draft. So if you have not seen the serial draft, go back and watch the serial draft. It's outstanding. And you could have cereal while you watch the serial draft. There are leans. On most of these, I always have some leans. Like we just did the Weird Al Behemoth one. Shout out again to Drew for joining us. It was a huge hit. It was so much fun. I had leans, and there were hills I was going to die on. Probably every episode we've had, I've had hills we're going to die on, except for maybe the Arnold quote one, because I'm like, I don't feel too strongly about most of these. This one is just like, it was just for fun. Coming off of that Weird Al one, we needed one that we didn't really need to do a whole lot of research. Right. We're going to have some other ones coming up where there's movies, especially the movie ones, because if we need to do a legit good show, we want to have seen these movies recently, or if we have not seen a movie to watch it. And that does take time because movies take time. You can't just watch a movie in 2 minutes. So this one, I just was nice to have it. It's just more of a fun, relaxing one. So that's why we're doing this here. And it's just more for fun. So like, there might be a couple like where it'd be like, hey, we may have one like, no, this one I just enjoy more, but probably not. So, Chuck Norris with the Mars. That's why there's no signs of life there. Told a woman to calm down, and she did. I think I know where you're going. Maybe.
Calm down. I'm actually disappointed that the one where he went to a feminist rally and came home with his shirt iron and a sandwich wasn't on here.
I thought maybe that might lose some of our viewers a little bit more than this one. I don't know.
Our one female listener.
Exactly. And it was just, that one was kind of a little bit longer too. So I wanted him not to be too long.
That's true.
Drove his mom home from the hospital after his birth. Does not wear a watch. He decides what time it is.
Wow. I'm waffling on this one too.
Yeah. Like once we get in these Elite Eight, it's going to be ridiculous.
I think I want to go the no watch. I like Chuck Norris just deciding what time it is.
I do too. Like that was one that was not, it was just more of, okay, that's kind of cool. I always have heard the one about him driving his mom home after his birth, but the more I think about the watch one, I'm with you, man. I'm like, dude, I kind of like that. Like just, dude, I'm like, it's 8:00 right now.
Yeah.
Time
no, it's not. What? Oh, sorry. It's 8. It's 8, Chuck.
This is one I think I do have a lean, and I think we might be different on this one. The Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife, no chin under his beard, just another fist. Oh, is that the one you were missing?
Yeah, I didn't write the Army knife.
Oh, I got you, yeah.
No, the Chuck Army knife makes me laugh, and I want to try to get patent on that and try
Exactly.
and get that going.
We should get a shirt that has the Chuck Army knife, and like I said, it has the fist. It has a roundhouse kick. Just says AIDS coming out. That's where I'm leaning. Is the
yes.
Okay. Again, that was one I had never heard until I just started because again, with these Chuck Norris ones, there's a handful, 10, 12 that you just know from all the time. I still have a folder somewhere at our house that when we did a fantasy football draft, I think Joe had it or Dave had it. And it was a Chuck Norris folder that just had like one of the, you open it up, it's got the 2 pockets and it just had Chuck Norris on it. And it had just a list of like Chuck Norris facts on it. I have it somewhere in my house still. I don't know where it's at. It's probably locked up in a safe. It's in our fire safe or something.
Yeah, fireproof safe. It should be.
I think it's probably fireproof. The folder itself.
Certificates.
Yes.
You know,
so I looked them up.
Yeah,
because we got to do 32. I'm like, I want to look and see because I knew there'd be some I had never heard of before, and that was one. And it struck me when I first heard it. So now if you're following along at home on your bracket, as you should, the Elite 8 Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife going up against. He doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is. Left for college, told his dad he was the man of the house, going up against told a woman to calm down, and she did. You have lost his virginity before his dad, going up against counted to infinity twice, and then gave the eulogy at his own funeral, won Connect 4 in 3 moves. A very stout Elite 8. So, eulogy at his funeral, Connect 4 in 3 moves.
I think we keep the Brick Tamlin train going, and he does the eulogy at his own funeral.
Yeah, because I think as much of these are both impossible tasks, I think doing the eulogy at your own funeral is probably the more impressive one than winning.
You know what? I might film myself doing a eulogy of myself so it can be done. Like just play this at my funeral.
Exactly. Oh man. All right.
Nate Rink was a good man.
He was
beloved by all.
Indeed. All right. This one, I'll tell you what, this could be one of these two could be the champion. Counted to infinity twice. Lost his virginity before his dad. One I have heard from when these started. The other one just recently. I like them both.
It might be why I'm leaning the virginity route, but damn, that's funny.
It is. They both are great. I think here's my take. I think if you're going to give somebody like counting to infinity, the way you do it, like Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice, is a great way. It's just fun to say. It's great to say. But I think Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad. It's not as firm. It's not as clean to say, but I think it's the better fact.
Yeah, I got more of a laugh out of it. So
there you go. How did these start? Before we kind of finish, like, do you know how these even start? Like, I don't remember what even brought these on, because Chuck Norris, it was, again, of all the actors, like we talked about, Stallone, like Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, like even Seagal, like all those guys were big time movie stars than Chuck Norris. Like Chuck Norris's movies, I don't think ever really did well. And Walker, Texas Ranger, I think was just one of those shows that survived because like older people liked it. And it was just like one of those things to kick butt. I don't, it's hard for me to describe it because I never watched the show, but I know what the show is. So I think it's probably it was probably more of a kick butt, action packed Little House on the Prairie type show where there was like, there were the morals, the good guy always wins. They're like, hey, it was clean. There was nothing crazy you had to worry about except trying to explain to your kids what AIDS is.
I don't know. I think it was for the crowd of the Murder, She Wrote's Matlock, but they wanted some action.
Exactly. That is the perfect, because that is exactly, I think my mother-in-law is like, she will watch, I think, because she lives with us now. And it's so funny to see like like continue to watch on like the thing on our streaming stuff, and just like Little House on the Prairie, and it's stuff like Madlock, Murder She Wrote, Jag.
I'm willing to bet the fact that he was the B-list guy is probably why it became Chuck Norris.
It probably was, and he was just like I don't know about something about him, like just the. That's probably what it was.
He was doing all the infomercials for.
That's true. He had the he was all the exercise equipment, and then like now like the supplements and stuff. So that probably was what it was.
Oh, and just so you know, I looked it up. The CW, which always puts out the best TV shows.
Indeed.
The CW series Walker Texas Ranger had a total of 69 episodes over 4 seasons. So they were doing something right for at least 4 seasons.
Exactly.
You know? Freaks and Geeks got 1 season, but Walker Texas Ranger got 4. Make that make sense.
That's right now. We are going to have a TV shows that got canceled too early bracket, and that's got to be a number 1 seed. That show was phenomenal, and the careers that were launched from that, and that was like Apatow, like early Apatow. If you have never seen Freaks and Geeks, the show, like each episode it's so great. Everything about it, it's funny. It has heart. It's such a good watch, and it just got robbed for not getting renewed for another season. So and it's got Joe Flaherty in it too, and Ted Lasso's mom.
That's right.
All right, let's finish the Elite Eight. When he left for college, he told his dad he was the man of the house now, told a woman to calm down, and she did. I believe that one's going to go through. The women calming down over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was funny because just earlier today, Grayson said to Kelly, he's like, calm down, Mom. She goes, you do not tell a woman to calm down. I go, as a matter of fact, did you know Chuck Norris once told a woman to calm down? And she did. It did not go over well.
I'm sure it did not. Hopefully you did it before you had to go like do all your yard work.
It was after yard work.
Oh, I was going to say you should go out anyways.
I earned some brownie points doing all the yard work.
Exactly. All right. Doesn't wear a watch. He decides what time it is. Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife. I like both these.
Chuck knife.
I like the Chuck knife, man. The newer ones, I think probably because the newer ones getting a little bump because we have not heard them as often. Final Four, like it would have been weird, like if you said like we should have done our Final Four ahead of time, because I doubt it would have been.
I didn't know them ahead of time.
That's right. That's right. You didn't know. Hey, tell me your Final Four before we even.
I guess like 4 that weren't even on there.
Exactly. And they make it. That's how good Chuck Norris facts are. Chuck Norris could guess the Final Four of his Chuck Norris Facts bracket, and the 4 that made it weren't even in the bracket. All right.
This the NIT tournament, the Norris Invitational tournament.
Exactly. All right. Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife against Told a Woman to Calm Down once, and she did in the Final Four for a spot in the championship to face off against the winner of gave the eulogy at his own funeral, lost his virginity before his dad. I think, dude, these are all great. I don't know who the winner is going to be. Eulogy, virginity, life and death against each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I think I'm going lost to the virginity because these are both newer ones.
It's definitely funnier. The eulogy is more, more poignant, but the virginity one is hysterical.
It is. And these are both relatively new that I had not heard before.
Yeah, new to me at least.
His death. All right. So he lost his virginity before his dad in the finals to face Told a Woman to Calm Down, and she did. Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife. I think I'm going that one. I think that's where I'm leaning with this one.
I think I am too. I'm done making the one female listener mad at me. So calm down. I'm going Chuck knife.
Calm down, one female listener. All right. The final of the Chuck Norris Facts bracket.
The NIT. Or do we call it the NFT, the Norris Facts Tournament?
The NFT, exactly. Lost his virginity before his dad. Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife. What were like if because I did put him in the seeding lines, and so I did seed them, but then I thought it'd be funnier to say they're all 1 seeds because you can't seed it. For what it's worth, lost the virginity before his dad was a 2 seed. And the Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife was, wow, that was a 10 seed.
Wow.
Look at that. See, that's how we like
Cinderella.
The Cinderella. That's how we knew. Like, I just threw them in there, and you think of a way when you're putting them in, and then maybe you start hearing them talking to someone else about it, and you're like, oh, this is kind of great. All right. Swiss Army, virginity. I like them both. I think I'm going to try to make a shirt for the Swiss Army one.
Yeah, I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to start brainstorming that as soon as I get off here.
Exactly. I don't think you can make a shirt of the other one that you could wear. I love the Swiss Army has a Chuck Norris knife, but I think this the lost his virginity before his dad is such a great. It's such a great line. It's like one of those lines, like I don't know, something about it. It just is like a great, like it's a great line.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. It is hysterical, and I hadn't heard it until today.
Exactly,
and it's winning.
So that's, and now I just laugh because it's like, all right, who is this going to go up against in the champions bracket? As we have right now for the new, again, if you don't know, every 17th episode, if you're new to this and you're just catching us live for the first time, thank you. Go to fanstreamsports.com for all our episodes. We decided early on, like we would, after every 16 episodes, we would then take the winners of those and have a champions bracket on every 17th episode after the 16, if that makes sense. And so we had a champions bracket. And so
my favorite one by far.
It was like, I love the Weird Al one, but the champions bracket was so much fun to do. So Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad is the second entry in our second champions bracket, along with Weird Al's White and Nerdy. So, and this was fun. Like, it was just very, very no notes, just off the cuff. It's a good one to do live too. We have no notes. Just don't know how it's gonna go. It's just right at an hour, so didn't waste too many people's time here.
Tim's gonna be mad. He's like, you finally go live and you keep it to an hour.
Exactly. Hey, Tim was on here and he was like, first one, he's like, what is this sorcery? A March Chadness live? How are we worthy of this? So I do appreciate Tim. He's a good dude. Yeah, he called me. And he just kind of, you could just go live. Like you don't have a whole lot of editing. And again, to go back to it, I made sure because it's a later time for us to start. And I made sure, like, as we're driving up, like, hey, we're not stopping at UDF to get you one of the Coke freezes, because that's why you have to go to the bathroom all the time. But then she brought her water, but then I go out there before the show and she like grabbed one of the Coke Zeros and just chugging that down. You can't be doing this. So, yeah, it was good. I think I like this. I think we'll just do live every time we do it. And then if you don't catch it live, no big deal. You can just catch it on the rerun at fanstreamsports.com.
Or if you don't have time to sit down and watch an episode, like I'm driving around at work all day, we're on Spotify. You can just put the earbuds in, just listen. And then if you want to, come back and watch some stuff that you thought was funny. Like, I want to go to that part and see what
see what it is.
Let's do it on Spotify if you don't have time to sit down and watch YouTube.
Exactly. So, good episode. Again, Nate and I are working on what we are going to do, kind of planning out our next stretch of shows. So,
I sent you a list of ideas.
You did, yeah, and I love all of them. I have a list of probably 50, and probably 42 of them are really good, and the other 8 were just like, words that begin with S. So, and we had some other ideas I talked to you about too. So, we don't know what next episode is going to be. Again, we have a week off. We have Easter. Go enjoy Easter. If you really need a dose of March Chadness, go back and watch all the other episodes. The Weird Al one was great. They're all great, obviously. Like, who am I kidding? So again, appreciate your time on this Sunday. Did Duke win? Did they close it out? Have you seen? Because
it is a
March Chadness show. Ooh, UConn has cut it to 3 with 3:42 left. So I think I have to get off here and then go find a TV in the studio real quick.
Because Chuck Norris says it's time to go.
This is a ball game, folks. So again, thanks a lot. Hope your bracket did well. Continue to like, subscribe to the March Chadness, to FanStream Sports Ohio. If you're checking us out, we went live to the Dallas, Carolinas, and Tampa location. So welcome if this is the first time you're checking out March Chadness. We'll be coming to you guys live every week. You can also check out my betting show, Chadlocks. Every day is the goal. Every day I'll be coming to you with my MLB bets at different times, but I'll get them out before the game start, obviously. It's my goal Monday through Sunday, every day, because there are games every day in the baseball season. Also, I love MLB DFS. So I did do a couple shows yesterday. They both got good responses, good reviews. So I'm going to do those. I may even do those live as well. So check those out. Man. I am a madman. Tim thinks I'm nuts. He's like, how are you going to do that? I was like, I don't know. I have to do a lot from the house, though, I think, because I do have to work. So, or I'll be, my plan is like, because I can do them in the morning if it's early in the morning because the odds have dropped. You kind of have a good idea. MLB is a little bit easier to do these because like NBA, you have to you basically have 3 minutes before tip and you get news. Major League Baseball is pretty good. They may do a switch. You kind of know who the starters are, so you have a good feel for it. But I thought about today is like if I get up super early in the morning and do it from the house or come to the studio before I go into work or something, because I just maybe think if I'm like, it's 4:30 in the morning, you're watching Chadlocks. For those of you who are Tim Meadow fans on Perspectives, me and you and my buddy Dave will laugh at that. So, hey, we've rambled on long enough. We got to watch this game. So
yeah, I want to say thanks to James Quigley, a.k.a. Johnny Utah, for watching live.
Appreciate it. Hey, thanks again for watching this. We are March Chadness. Check us out. Thanks again. And I've got end music. I don't know which one is the right one. I think this is it. So,
they're
hey,
all the right one.
They're all the right one. Thanks again. There we go. Talk to you later. Love you.